Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Angela. How are
Sai
you
Ram,
today?
Sai Ram, everyone.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Oh, there you are. It's nice to see you again.
It's actually nice to see everyone face to face like this.
Exactly.
Usually through WhatsApp, and you just know the names but not the faces. So it's nice to meet.
100%. Hopefully, and with Baba's Kripa, we'll do this more and more, and with other things as well.
That'll be quite nice.
Yeah. We are a family anyhow. It's just life gets a bit busy, and I think it's nice to have that touch as well, connection, which I believe in. So we're just going to try to do that in 26 and 27. Even with the team, with captains and teachers as well. We lose touch and things, and Bai is the expert on all these things, so she tells me a lot of things, but it's nice to just get to know. I do know majority of the teachers, but you don't have proper chats, regular ones. Shiri, you okay?
Yes, I'm good. Thank you, Raviji. How are you?
I'm very good, very good.
Oh, and congratulations on winning your awards. Very well
deserved.
Very well.
Thank you. It is, I tell you the truth. I say this. I was saying to the girls as well. I haven't really acknowledged it, because to have that 2 times the same top 3, only Baba can do it. I always say, I don't say to people too much, but I just say Baba, only he can do it, And plus, it's our team as well. We got Ree and Bail. I do eat their head sometimes with my work, but it's not me. I just get messages. I'm just going by them. But it's good. It's been a good year. Last couple of years, it's been good. Ryan, how many people are you expecting?
I don't know. I think most of them are from India, so they'll be getting the recording. I have posted a message that it's starting now.
Anji, we'll give it until 4:15. Okay, and we'll start little bits if we can. Oh, somebody else is starting. Oh, Sapna, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Oh, she's gone. Connection. Do we have any questions from anybody on the group? Bye.
No, nobody posted.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Maybe
Probably
next
from
time.
next month. Sorry, I'm trying to close my groups.
It's fine. It's all right.
He's multitasking.
Yeah. While we're waiting, let's talk about Baba. I think, Ree, let's start with Ree. Okay, your experience and how you connect with Baba, because we've got a couple of minutes. Let's talk instead of be silent.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Let's start with Ree and probably go around. Just very general, Sairam. Okay. Okay, so just how you connected with Baba and from there, I think just general how you want, however you want to explain.
Okay. Well, so Baba's always been in my life since I was a child, but I just never noticed it. Like we've got murtis in our house and pictures, but I never noticed Baba until I needed him to help me with them.
Needed, what do you mean?
So basically what happened was, so like my bedroom, there was this really big murti of Baba. He was always there. And then in COVID time, I had some health problems. And I was basically, I didn't like what the medical profession said, the doctor said that needed to happen to me. So I had a flash of thought. I don't know where it came from. It said find a Sai healer. So I went onto Google, and the first thing that came up was Sai healing. So I was just having a look through the website, and the first thing I saw was that red picture of Baba, the traditional one that everyone has. I couldn't believe it. I think I stared at that picture over like 2 or 3 days, and I was like, should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? But that picture was just so vivid. And then I gave, I think I messaged you through the website on that Sunday morning, and then you gave me a call very shortly after I sent the message. So it was a bit of a shock. I was like, you've always been there, but I've never noticed you. And now I need, like, when you're at rock bottom, I've got Baba's giving me a helping hand up out of it. So I wasn't very spiritual or anything. It's just when I needed him, he was there.
Yeah. That's how Baba comes in. Tell the truth. So let's go to somebody else. I won't pick. I picked Ree because I just thought that's the first person there. So I'll let anybody go next. I think I'll be eventually I'll come in. Bile, come on, you're grinning at me.
Oh, right. When before marriage, I used to keep Baba's fast. There was a Sai temple in India, so I used to be there. When I got married, my mom said, now you need to do the Udyapan. You're going abroad, so I did the Udyapan, and somehow when I came here, I got so busy with job and work and kids and everything, I completely forgot about Sai Baba. It was just 5 or 6 years ago when my dad passed away, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden, my mum was used to watch the Sai Baba program on TV, and
Mhm.
I used to watch with her. And then Sai Baba came in my dreams, and then when I reached here, one of my colleagues, she was really nice, right, Shravanti. She was really
Yeah.
nice. She introduced me to Mahaprayan. She used to talk to me, and then we just started. And then Raviji contacted me and just started all of a sudden. Oh, I remember once I was keeping a fast, the 9 vrat fast.
Anji.
And then in the end, we have to do a donation for
Anji.
Andan or books. And every time it was like, where will I go and give, Andan? Because I wasn't too familiar about any temples or gurdwaras near place. And I just contacted Raviji to just give me some ideas. And she said, she's in Shirdi. She'll do it. And it was just so, so touching that all of a sudden, somehow it just appeared, wow. So blessed. And then from
Yeah.
that time, I've always held to Raviji and Baba. So yeah, it's been a good
Yeah.
journey. Yeah,
It is. It has its setbacks, challenges.
yeah,
I'm not saying that life's always going to be smooth.
yeah,
There's a lot of challenges, but just take 80%, 70% away from us.
yeah, yeah.
And he sends us the right people, so it's definitely a good thing. Definitely. I think I want to be next to tell you about my experience. Well, I've got many, but I can, there's one I think I can say. When I was young, I used to always say to mum, there's somebody following me, somebody's always around me. Mum goes, no, keep quiet, there's nobody behind you. But there was a picture of Baba in one of the rooms downstairs. My chacha got it, and it's really big. It's an old picture, okay? And I used to always go in there. I felt like I used to just sit there, okay, in that room. And then we had it done up, and the picture was on top of the cupboard because, you're doing the home up and everything. And after a very, very long time, I think I was working and everything, something had to change in my life. I got that picture out and put it in the attic, and I started doing Dia, okay, very, very long time ago. And I started getting messages, and I thought, "Oh, but I better not tell anybody. People would think I'm mad." So I started getting like messages. Baba said, do this. But Baba was never wrong. He said, Ravinda, keep reading this book. Okay, this book will help you, guide you. He'll be your best friend. And this book was sent from India from somebody to me. And I said to him, I think it's not for me. You sent the wrong person. He goes, no, it's for you. I must have been on some group. And he sent it to me. He goes, Baba told me to send it to you. I went, well, okay, fine. All right. And I got the book, and I never spoke to him again. I was never on the group again and everything. And this book has been a big, big part of my life in my journey of ups and downs. And people always say one thing to me, why don't you talk to us when you're going through things? I said, I've got nothing to talk about because Baba's always there to guide me and show me the way. That's just one incident. There's many others, but I don't want to say the now or talk about them. But this is how Baba came in my life, and them messages were so accurate. But Baba did test me before I went to Shirdi. 3 times I was meant to go. It came to that part, I couldn't go. I was in India, everything was booked. Then my cousin wasn't well, and I didn't go Shirdi. I said, Baba, why are you testing me? It took me 10 years to go to Shirdi, and now I go every year, apart from Corona time. And I love it. And, and if you look at Baba from my eyes, we don't need anything apart from him. His messages, his guidance is so powerful. I'm stubborn. I listen to Baba every little thing he says. I know a bit too much, but it's never wrong, and he's always helping me and guiding me. And that's what I could do. People say to me, how can you do the groups? You're healing. Sahib Nine Bandhan now. Okay, there's a lot of other things as well, my courses I'm doing, because he gives me the power, he gives me strength, and I don't need anything else. Does that make sense? Any questions if I didn't make it clear there? Yeah? Okay, let's have one more person for experiences. I let you lot, whoever, I don't know who's joined or anything. Oh, Dipti. She's hi, Dipti. Savita, and I don't know who there's somebody else as well. Okay, so who else wants to do experience? Another one. One more, and then we'll start talking about Baba's book. I don't want to pick. I want somebody to come up and tell me. Okay, let's start. I think nobody else wants to. Okay, Bile and Ree, I'll let you start.
Okay, so welcome to the Connecting with Shri Sai Satcharita group. I hope you're excited. It's been a couple of years in the making, this group. And for those of you who don't know Ravi, I just wanted to do a brief introduction because not everyone knows. So this is Ravinda Bamba, who leads our groups. She's the founder of Sai Nine Healing and Sai Nine Bandhan now. She's a Reiki teacher, transformational life coach, Reiki healer. She teaches meditation, offers prayers and spiritual guidance. And she's also the lead coordinator in the UK of the Mahaparayan groups and the prayer and chanting groups.
Thank you, Ree. Sidam, everybody. I know some people came in and we started talking. There was just sharing experiences, really. Okay, today what we'll do initially, because I do this with everything. First of all, Baba's book and just a pen and paper. If you got any questions at the end, we'll have that 15 minutes. And we'll go through the process of how we can read Baba's book as well. Yeah. Okay. So let's close our eyes for a first minute, couple of minutes. Take some deep breaths in and deep breaths out. So whenever you're ready, just chant Baba's name nice and slowly. It can be Sairam, Sai, or Sai Samadhi, however you want to say it, but nice and slowly. Okay, whenever you're ready, start coming back. Okay, I'm going to ask everybody a question. How is everybody feeling?
Good.
I feel calmer. I feel calm and relaxed. Yeah.
I don't know. It's really quite weird, right? I've never sensed this. I've sensed a lot of things, but I felt like when I was just doing that little bit, it's not that long. I felt like Baba was around us, giving like blessing and guidance. He goes, this is the right path to move forward. And there was a lot of questions in my mind, tell the truth. Where do I start? Because there's so much to say and how to explain it in an easy way. So I felt that from my end, a lot of good energy. A lot of good energy. So whatever we're doing today and on Baba's Day is definitely the correct thing. Okay, it took us 2 years to get here today, but we're here today. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start by explaining first how we start reading Baba's book. Yeah, because any holy book, anyhow, is that when we start it, we should have in our mind why we want to read it, because there is a reason for everything. Okay, maybe not. Some people just want to understand Baba's stories as well. There's that aspect as well. Okay, so to read Baba's book, okay, the simple thing is what you do is just close your eyes and say to yourself, okay, where you need guidance, help, okay, where something's not happening in your life. I'll give you an example what I'm saying. I remember when I started reading the book, there was a lot of questions in my mind. This is, I'm going back so many years, 20 years, maybe 22 years back. There was so many questions, and to tell the truth, I could never read a book. Okay. I didn't have the time. But this book has always been on my desk wherever I worked or anything. And everybody used to ask me, why are you reading this again and again and again? I said, I'm still learning. There's so much to learn from it. There's so much messages comes from it. Okay. Sometimes a bit too much. Okay. But some Thursdays it's nothing comes in, if that makes sense. That is a question. Okay, because I do hear a lot of people say to me, not more recent, but before, when I started reading this book, I felt a lot more connection. Okay, and why afterwards it just feels like a book. I said, well, it could be we need to change that book. Maybe you got them out. Okay, you need to get another one. Okay, or it could be you've not connected to that book. I'm not going to give a name, but there is one of my clients kept on saying that to me. I can't read the book. I must have changed it about 9 times for her and blessed it. But when you do understand it, when you keep reading it, in time you'll understand the stories. It doesn't happen overnight. Some people want to read it and clear any problem in their life straight away. It doesn't happen like that either. Sorry to say, because then you've got plenty of other books like that. You can read mantras. All right, will help us as well, okay, and things like that. So all I'm just trying to say is there's not a fast way of reading this book and understanding it. It takes time and maybe years. I think it took me years to understand it clearly, maybe 5 years. So all I'm just trying to say, there's a lot of power there, okay? Once we understand it, you'll get more messages. Okay, I'm going to put the messages aside for a minute. Okay, so now going back to when we want to read this book or when it appears in our life, I'm talking about as well, is when we need it. Okay, so the best way to read the book, okay, is just hold it to your chest. I'll just explain it very quickly so you can understand. Hold it to your chest, okay, and make it a part of you, okay, because through this book you'll get guidance, help, or whatever is not working in your life. Just hold it and close your eyes and chant Baba's name and say where you need help. Not I want this. But people do that. I want to get married. I want a job which is 62 grand. Baba's not here for that. You have to work your gut out. Okay, but just say where you need guidance. Okay, and then Baba will guide you there. The right people will start coming into your life. Opportunities will start coming in your life. People will start coming into your life. Okay, I'll give you example as well, which is very quickly, is Mahabharan. How I became a part of it is I was reading my chapters. I registered and I was going to shoot the first time, and I registered and I start reading the chapters. This is going back years back. A year later, they're contacting me because can you be a teacher for a university in London? I said, yeah, why not? Then all of a sudden they said, can you take over? I said, are you sure? I'm not, I've never done it. But I tell you the truth, it worked itself out. It really did. Where we are today has been a lot of hard work. I would say thank you to Anu because without her, I wouldn't be here today because she helped me a lot. Okay. And Shiri as well. Where are you, Shiri? Our first teacher as well. So these
Hi.
people. Hi. So these people are a
Hi.
blessing in our life, and things like that. So that's why I'm just trying to explain different ways to understand it. Okay. So then that's one aspect. Okay. So I'm going to go to the second aspect here as well now. Okay. When we start the book, okay, don't have anything in your mind. Don't think, I want this, I want this. Just think, Baba, you guide me. Show me the right direction. Okay, where I'm meant to be, because I don't know where I'm going. If that makes sense. I'm not saying everybody's like that. There's certain aspects. Okay, so read the book nice and slowly. I don't believe in rushing books when it's like this, because there's so much knowledge in it. It's not like a game. We just read it bit by bit, if that makes sense. Really rush, and if that makes sense. You read it slowly, read one chapter, make notes. You'll see me, my clients. I've always got a piece of paper and writing notes. Sapna, Savita, I'm asking people to make notes because you never know when things will change. Okay, so all I'm just trying to say is that read it, okay, slowly. Either you read it the first thing in the morning, one chapter if you can, okay, all right, or lunchtime, or nighttime before you go to sleep. That's the best time because you have the best sleep. Okay, so I'm telling the truth. Baba always, when I used to read it at nighttime, 2 chapters, I would go to sleep. Baba would always come in my dreams. Always. I don't know, he will have a go at me there and there. So I've got to do this, we've got to do this, but that's another story. That's me and Baba's relationship. But I'm just trying to say, then you will understand. There's a lot of doubts in people as well about the book because, oh, I don't understand it. I said, just accept. If you don't understand it, ask the question. Okay, and then we can be able to help you and guide you. That's why this group has started. Because people saying, I've done it once, nothing's changed. But nothing changes just once. It takes time. And it needs to be something in our mind as well, what we want to achieve, where we want to be as well. Does that make sense, or am I talking in a different language? Does it all make sense what I'm saying? Because maybe I'm talking a bit different because I keep talking. That's me. Because I think I'm trying to acknowledge maybe I'm going too fast. That's why I'm just slowing down. Any questions what I've said so far? Hey? Okay, good. Okay, so this is the best way to read it. I know a lot of people say another thing is to read it in 7 days, 6 days, whatever it is, however you want to. Okay, if you're not working and you've got time, that's fine. But if you're working, you've got families and you're rushing that book, you're not going to understand it. I hear a lot of things from people saying that I've read it 3 times in 7 days, nothing's happened. I don't say nothing. Okay, and things. I said, well, in time, things will change. Things don't change overnight. Okay, so I'm going to give you an aspect of that as well. Is that when you start reading the book, it doesn't matter what aspect it is. Maybe you might be praying for something else, but Baba gives you something else. Take it as a blessing. okay? Because he knows what's best for us, if that makes sense. Or it could be somebody's lost their job. Why did I lose it? Everything was fine. But Baba wants you to change. That's why it's happened. Okay? That job wasn't doing justice to you. He wants us to grow. Okay, so it's all step by step, like that 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. Because a lot of people want to get to the top step and they have to come back down to learn their lessons. And that's not what this book's all about. And again, I'm going to say this, and on people don't like this. There's many of other books and mantras you can read on that. But this book, it's very, very powerful. It's your best friend. Okay, whenever you're going through them trying times. And another thing which is very clearly coming in as well, even when I'm grinning because there's somebody here. What I was going to say something, and oh, okay, so I'm not going to say nothing there. But it's even when you're going through the dark moments, or we're in pain, or the manager's had a go at me, or I've had a bad day. Okay, just turn to any chapter or a page, okay, and then read that message, see what that means. What is it trying to explain to us? What they're trying to tell us, if that makes sense. So again, I'm going to go back. So this is how we read and understand and connect. Okay, any questions? No? Any questions? I'm going to throw some questions. Somebody, any questions from somebody? Because it is some questions people got about the book as well. And if anything else comes in, I will explain a bit more afterwards. I think for me, I don't know why in this group, there are some shifts have to happen. Okay. All right. So them shifts mean that we look within. Okay. Look within what we want, why we want it. Okay. And then things will change. Like I'm gonna explain something very clearly as well. When people used to go, or devotees used to go and see Baba, there was so many sets of problems. Can't have kids. I can't get a job. Financial situation. It goes on and on and on. Okay, and Baba used to go, just give vibhuti, take this, everything will be fine. Kalyan will go. Okay, and that's the same here now. Okay, with our Sai family. There are always going to be certain things happening. People want to leave the groups, do things, but for me, I think as Ravinda Bamba, I would say keep continuing on that path, because Baba will always help us. Yes, he can't take away our bad time or challenging time, but he can be a part of it. When he's silent, he's working things out behind, if that makes sense. I think for me as well, there's one story, not it was not a story really, but it's just something I got to know a very long time ago when I was going through certain things. And I was thinking, why things are not shifting? Why are things are no longer changing? I'm going about 20 odd years. Okay. And then somebody, like a beautiful soul, she said to me, he knows the bigger design up there. You only know a little design here. And I said, it's true. He knows everything about my past, present, future. He knows what I'm going through. But when I look back now, that's the reason why I went through them things. That's where I am today. If that makes sense, I can help people, I can guide people if they want to hear them, listen to me, because some people don't want to listen, you know. And that's another world as well. We have to help and guide and people on that aspect. So that's me on that aspect on Baba's book. I don't want to make it so complicated and things like that, say too much. But all I can say is one thing is, you know, when we read the chapters, whether it's two chapters a day, or it's Thursday, Baba always gives us messages. If you don't understand it, write it down. Okay? Or if people can't read initially, just hold the book towards your chest, because Baba will give you the energy. This book, there's a lot of energy. I mean, I can only say one thing from my experience as well. When we had the mind body exhibition, some people walked by when we didn't want to give them, you know, if they didn't want to keep it, but it's the free call of them. But some people said, "Oh wow, the energy is amazing." They would take it, whether they read it or nothing, and they put it in the chef. It's meant to be there, if that makes sense. That was the first time. The second time we didn't force. Whoever wants to take it, it's there. It's your free will. if that makes sense. Okay, so this book, there is a lot of power in it, a lot of guidance, a lot of blessings, a lot of shifts as well, you know. And as time goes on, like in January, when we read the first chapter, there'll be a lot of things come up for that as well, because everybody will read it differently. Okay, so I'm gonna keep quiet now for a minute. I'm gonna throw it back to you, Lot. Any questions, anything regarding Baba's book? Because today is more about to connect with a book when you start reading it. If there's questions, that aspect where I can clear, I will want to do that today, if that makes sense.
Hi, Ravi.
Hello.
I think the connection bit is probably sometimes the hardest bit because we feel like we need to read it and it shouldn't be like a task. So that's something you've taught me anyway.
Yeah.
But so sometimes if I've read it in the morning, because like on a Thursday, you've got to read it in the morning or what have you, because you've got so much more to do in the day. But no, I read it and I read it very well. And I've started highlighting now. So I never used to do this. So anything that sticks out, I highlight it. But sometimes I might go back in the evening when it's quieter and just read them again, just to maybe understand. But I think it's finding that, like you've always said, find space, quiet, and
Yeah.
that's when to connect. And otherwise, you can't do that, I think.
No, I think you just said something very important. I think I'm going to mention it here. And I think in the last couple of years as well, a lot of people say they take the book to the on the train and all that. That's fine if it's quiet. But if there's a lot of people walking by, you won't be able to understand that chapter, okay? And things like that. Yes, we can take it to our work, no issues. We can read it at lunchtime. Some people can't read at home because there's sort of commitments and things. I always suggest don't read it on the train. Read it when you're lunchtime, if there's nobody around, then you can understand it. Okay, because there's a lot of energies going around in the train as well. It depends what time as well, isn't it? Okay, tell the truth. Yes, I always used to take that book with me to work. I used to have it for lunch, read it at lunchtime, but I couldn't read it any other time. But the thing is, it used to give me strength. So all I have to say there for you, and that's what came in, is that in time, okay, you're a lot better, definitely. You understand it a lot better, okay? But I think you'll understand it a lot better next year onwards. I think this year has been 2025 has been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of places, a lot of people's lives as well. But next year, I think you'll be able to understand it a little more better. Okay. And I've got a new, I think you should get a new book soon, anyhow, and everything. So for the new year. So again, I'm going back to that point here. I say to people, I know people don't like to put Baba's book in the water and things, but it takes guttum, it takes things, it takes our energy. But when we work it out, we have to let it go. Otherwise, our life will be stuck. Okay. I know people don't like put the Baba's book in the water, but some things you have to let go. Then new things will come in, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, I think some people do know that we do that here, and everything. So, um, again, I'm going to go back to that point, what you just said very quickly, because there's a lot of other things coming. Barbara just saying that, when you read your book in the morning, I know you do you do a lot of other things, because that just chant my name and put it on the chest, okay? And then you watch the connection will start coming. Some books, some people say they can't connect, okay? Because you're not meant to sometimes. Baba wants to see it. Let's see how much you understand it. There's questions, but some books you will understand. So all I'm just saying to you is that next time, I mean not this, whenever you get a chance, next time when you do start reading your chapters, just chant Baba's name or go to Dwarka Mai. Baba will help you and guide you to understand it, because without his wishes, nothing happens. Does that make sense, Sapna? Did I explain it? Yeah?
No, yeah, Ruby, that's perfect. Yeah,
Perfect.
definitely.
Because I don't know, there's a lot of things coming up. Not because of that, it's but the understanding. You just said something. Is a lot of people do say that. Initially I can't read it, I don't understand it, and I don't understand the language and things like that. I said, okay, just break it down. There's no rush to it, if that makes
Yes,
sense.
yeah.
Okay, so that'll help you in that. Okay, I have a lot of people, like I do give the book to, they do start off reading it, then they give up. Okay, I'm going to say again, the key is not to give up, keep trying. If you miss it, like say if you started on Monday, you done it for Tuesday, and you couldn't do it Wednesday because you're busy or you're out, try it again on the Thursday. Okay, if not, you're busy Saturday, do it again on a Friday, Sunday. Okay, just keep trying, don't give up on it, because this book will help us. And we're going Shirdi as well next year. We'll be reading a lot of these chapters there, okay, because the time we're going as well. So all I'm just trying to say is that this book, there's a lot of power there to understand. When, another aspect is when some people will not understand what we're going through because they have not been through something. Okay, but this book and Baba will understand. Okay, it gives us the strength to do things. Just say we can do this. We'll get through this. Does that make sense? Yeah. Peak.
Yeah, absolutely. On that note, though, as you know, I was really unwell on Monday.
Yeah.
And I couldn't breathe at night and coughing every hour. And
Angie?
literally, I held on to the book because I said, Baba, I can't even sleep. So I put it under my pillow. It's not to say that it stopped, but it got less. And
Yeah.
like day 4 now, obviously, it's a lot better. But there's a lot of power in it. Honestly,
100%.
I just I said, please just make help me. I couldn't like talk and stuff like that. So I do believe there is a lot of power, definitely. But like you
Yeah,
said, Ruby, we have to go through that suffering for those days. We
we
can't
do.
we can't get better in a day, as it's our good, and it has to come out slowly. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely agree.
I think another thing what I believe in as well is that when we are not unwell at the end of the year, it's because it's clearing. It's a clear before the new year. Okay. Tell you the truth, what happens to me is when I have meditation of energy, I'm so good in the meditations, everything. The minute it finishes, I go, Baba, why are you doing this to me? He goes, well, you need to rest now. So I have my clearing around after that time. So I understand what it is. Okay, so it's clearing. November, December, there's a lot of things clearing in people's life spiritually as
Yeah.
well. Okay, so that's on that level, on that. Come on, I want somebody else to ask me a question.
Is that why a lot of things happen during the end of the month? I mean, you've known what I've gone through
Yes.
since last Thursday. It's just one thing after another, and it's like, okay, Baba, when is this going to end now? It's just one challenge doesn't end, and another one's up and waiting, and then another one, and it's like, okay, I understand you're trying to make me stronger, but there's only so much strength I've got now. How much stronger, how much more do we have to go through? Sometimes you just, but I was reading a chapter because I've done some volunteer reading today as well, and just like you say, the more you read the book, the more, I'm not saying it always makes sense, and there may be certain days where certain sentences sort of just, you read something and you think, oh yeah, right, okay. So I was reading a sentence today where that it was saying, can't remember what chapter, where you need a guru in your life.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I'm like, right, I've got this book. My guru is Raviji now. So it's certain times when you kind of need Baba, he does come and show you the signs. You've just got to learn to understand those signs, because sometimes signs will come and you'll just miss them.
100%. 100%.
But yeah, and reading out loud as well. I find that reading reading out loud helps you to focus more as well. So if you
Mm.
are someone who struggles focusing when you're reading to yourself, then reading it out aloud just makes more sense as well.
Yeah, 100%. It's good you're mentioning that because something's coming in really clearly right now. I know we're supposed to read the book, okay? Over the years, we've had a lot of questions that, oh, I don't understand, okay? Oh, I've got eye problem and things like that. I said, if you've got eye problem, you can listen to it, okay? But I don't want people, and like when somebody's okay and they can read it, to just listen to it all the time. It's amazing when you listen to it anyhow at the background. It's nice. But reading is completely different. You've got something to touch. I know a lot of people got PDF and things like that at certain times and everything, and that's good as well. Okay. But a book is completely different because it's yours. You can connect to it. Like, I think a story's just coming in very quickly. I remember I was on the train in India once, years and years ago. I was on the train, and this lady came on, and I went, she was really moody. She was really, really moody. And I didn't say nothing, but she looked at I was reading Baba's book on the train because I can't sleep on trains. Okay. So I was reading my Baba's book, and she goes, "Oh, you Baba's devotee?" I said, "Yes." And she wanted the book. I said, "I'm sorry, you can't touch my book." She goes, "That's fine. No one, no." Then she started talking to Baba. That's another thing. This book is yours. Don't give it to your partner or anybody else. If you want a book, I can send a book. But this book's your energy, okay, for you. Because when they touch it and they're reading probably a chapter, not that it happens, but it might do, okay, you're mixing the gurums together. And he's got his journey and you've got your journey. Okay, so that's all I have to say. This book is for you and your journey. Otherwise, you'll get mixed messages as you go on. Does that make sense? If on that level, because say for instance, this book's on your shelf and you've read a one chapter, and then you say, "Oh, my son can do with that." If your son wants it, you can ask me. I can send you one. Okay, but don't mix it because then that book won't be yours. And it's for you to help you, guide you, show the right direction. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. Let's go to somebody else. But I'm going to say something to you, Angelina. You're doing really, really well now. There's you overall. So I had to say that for you because how you were at the beginning, but you are a lot better. So that's a good thing. That's positive. I see a lot of changes in you, but you might not see it, but I do see it. Okay, and that's only with Baba's blessing and his guidance and the book. And the Bubhuti, I can go on and on and on, if that makes sense, but I don't want to say too much today. Okay, so I want somebody else. Not Reembile. I think you're not them too. There's Dipti, are you there?
Yeah.
Hi,
Hello.
Sainam, how are you?
Sorry, yeah, not bad yourself.
Good. Vic,
Yeah, I'm here.
how's things?
Yeah, good.
Do you
Thank
want to
you.
share anything? Any questions?
No, I'm good now.
I don't think nobody wants to talk today, and I thought I'd have a bit of a rest now, if that makes sense. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave it as that on that aspect. Okay. Is there anybody else who wants to share their experience? Because we had a couple of people at the beginning. Is there anybody else? All right, Vic, you explain. How did we meet each other? That's another story.
Sorry.
How did we meet each other? Tell me your experience.
I mean, each other, meaning you and me. I mean, sorry,
Okay,
I didn't
I'll explain, Vic. It'll be easier, yeah. Okay. What happened is I was looking for somebody in my area to do IT because I was like emails and things like that, whatever it was. And I contacted somebody in East Ham. Okay, and he contacted me. Somebody's going to contact you. His name is Vic. I said, okay, fine.
Surya,
He
right?
con
Surya.
Hanji?
Surya.
Hanji,
His name is
yeah.
Surya.
definitely. And then you contacted me, and then we start talking. And I don't know about Surya, he started helping me out, and that's how it's been since then, isn't it, Vic? It was like that, wasn't it?
Yes, right.
Yes. So that's I thought I just explained quickly, and then Vic's been with us since then. It's been 4 years now. Is it 3 years?
3 years, yeah, exactly 3 years.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So
Started
that,
from December, yeah, exactly 3 years.
yeah, I remember, I remember. Okay, anything, any other questions or anything? Anybody else about Barbara's book? Let's divert there a little bit. Kyle,
No, I'm good.
you good?
Yeah.
Anybody else? No? Okay, then what we'll do is then we'll do a little prayer to disconnect. Okay, and say thank you to Baba. Okay, before we go to that aspect as well, is that I think the only thing I will mention, one thing, it's one of Baba's tools. I think my regular clients, they already know this. Vibhuti, when we put it on a in a glass, okay, when we with water, okay, just stir it and say Baba's name 9 times or 18 times before taking it. For anything, it can be an interview, it could be a appointment, okay, it could be I don't know. It could be anything in anybody's journey. So take that way, and then you'll see a lot of changes. The other thing is, I know people know this. I have Babudi water all day. I keep sipping it. Okay, that's another way. Or put it on your forehead. But just do a simple prayer when you do it. Do take it because it'll help us. It'll protect us, and it will guide us as well. If that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Does that make sense? Amazing. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to disconnect. We're just going to close our eyes. We breathe in and breathe out for a couple of minutes, and then we'll chant Baba's name to say thank you for today. Um, and if anybody's got questions after this, or they can message me directly. It could be anything. Yeah. All right. Okay. So close your eyes. Om Sai Ram Baba. Okay, whenever you're ready, come back. Hey, how's everybody? On this nice Thursday evening. Okay, there's just a couple of things I want to say. We're looking for teachers and captains and devotees. We've got quite a few groups. We closed one group, I can't remember, 2 years, 3 years ago, which I don't like doing. Okay. And we've got a lot of gaps now. I just don't understand why, because I keep passing devotees. So what I'm looking for more captains and teachers. If there's anybody you know, or maybe in the mandir or gurdwara or something, like, like sitting there's somebody talks about Baba or something, please pass it to us, because we are really looking for them, because we've got quite a few gaps. And it's just that if there's anything, can you speak to Bile about that if there's anybody? Because remember, one thing I say to everybody, I'm one person, okay? We've got so many captains and teachers. We've got to share Baba's, you know, tools, his Mahabharata and things like that. I can't be everywhere, and this is where I rely on people to share, speak to people. I speak to everybody whenever I want to, about the groups and things like that. But the thing is, we all need to do a little bit of that. If there's anybody you think there is interested, okay, please let us know. If not today, it might be tomorrow. Okay. We need more people on that aspect. So that's one thing. The second thing is we've got a trip to Shuddhi next year, October the 17th. If anybody's interested, please let Viola or Ree know. Okay, because we're going to start looking at the tickets this month and January. Because I don't want it to pay too much for the tickets. So if there's anybody else interested, please, or anybody else, just let us know, because we'll be doing meditation. We'll be doing something completely different this time. The planning's a bit little. Before, I would take my clients and sessions. I won't be doing a lot of sessions. It'll be more meditations and more about Baba. Where Baba, like food, we're donating food as well. That's every day anyhow. So we're looking into that. So if anybody else is interested, please reach out. Even at the moment, if you think you're not sure, Baba will make that plan if you're meant to go Vile. Okay. Okay. So that's that. We'll just leave it as that. Okay, on that. Anything I've missed, Ree or Vile, because I'm sure I might have missed something.
No, you've covered all. If anyone wants to join as a captain or teacher, full training will be given. So we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, we've got a manual as well.
Yeah, we've got manual. Yeah.
Yeah, which helps in as well. And you won't be taking over straight away. It will
Yeah.
be over 2 weeks or so. We're there to support you, but I will be part of that anyhow. But I don't want to close the group. That my heart, because it's been a long time now,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. So that's the only thing I don't want to do. But I can't get 20 devotees overnight as well, if that makes sense. Even Facebook or Instagram, anyhow, or talking to people in the temples as well. So if there's anybody your end or anything who's interested, please let us know. Family, friends, that's the best way to be. You start from there, if that makes sense. So it's just that. We'll leave that as that today. If any question comes up, you want any more, anything else comes up, please reach out to me. And the next chapter will be the first chapter will be in January. I would love it to be every week, but I won't be able to commit to it. Otherwise, Real File will have to take over, tell the truth and things like that. So it'll be one chapter starting in January. I just didn't want to leave it just in January. I thought we'd start now, and then in January we've got something to look forward to complete it and understand. And any questions, we can make notes, because everybody's will see things differently. Yeah. Okay.
So before the next session, do we need to do anything? Do we need to read the chapter beforehand?
I haven't decided. Yes, I think that would be a better idea. And then I'll explain to them, to that incident, whoever it is will understand. And if anybody's got questions on that as well, that's one thing. But as it's a Thursday as well, it's going to be maybe your normal chapter as well, what you are reading. I wouldn't mind. We can go through that. If, say, for instance, it's chapter 1, whatever we're doing here in January. So if you're row 7, for example, which I am 13 and 14 today, we can go through. If there's any questions on your normal allocated chapters, I'm happy to go through that. I was saying, I'm not saying it's going to happen in January, but in time to come, I was thinking to do a daytime one and an evening, because some people can't do the evening. The only reason I've started it at the moment in the evening is because we've got to start it somewhere, okay? But in January orders, maybe I'm looking into do 2 times, like during the day and one in the evening. Okay, so somebody doesn't miss out, and the recording's going to be there as well. Okay. Teak. Any questions? No? Okay, then I'm going to close it there. Okay. So happy Baba's Day, and we'll speak in January.
Om Sai Ram.
Okay.
Thank
On
you.
Saram.
Sai
Thank you,
Ram.
Ravi.
Sai
Thank
Ram.
you.
On
Thank
Saram.
you.
Bye.
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 Okay. Saram Savita. Oh, you're on mute. Ravi is still recording. Ravi.